Welcome back to the Bloated Chef. I am Chef Jerome, an actual bloated chef. And before we get to today's informative and entertaining tutorial, please be sure to slap down on that like button, click the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and share with the entire planet. Please keep your hands inside the ride at all times, and we thank you. Holy cow, is that marinated chicken? Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, 6 pounds worth. Carrots, onions, potatoes, shallots. Wow, the makings for... Oh, what's that? Oxtails? No freaking way. Yes, get ready for some bomba Ironman pepper pot stew. So we start with a really nice marble piece of chuck. We're going to cut that into edible sized chunks. Not too big, but not too small. You dig? And now that will get tossed into the bowl that we marinated our chicken in with. The Bloated Chef's homemade jerk recipe. That will get tossed. Yes, I know you're thinking, cross-contamination? No, they're both getting cooked well above temperature. You won't need to worry about that. So, a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of Chef Kurt's seasoning, and we will toss a touch of oil maybe if it needs it, but this does not. Okay. We're going to grab a little potato flour. Just dust that lightly. We don't want them drowning in it, but we want them just barely coated. That will create a nice little seal on each piece. Now then, on to quite possibly the most important ingredient in pepper pot stew. I suggest you use a mortar and pestle. You want big, heavy chunks. Perfectly okay to have a couple of loose whole peppercorns. That's just going to add to the flavor, and they will soften during the cooking process. Now, into our hot pan, there goes our oil. And do not crowd the pan by any means during this step. From here, we have done our second wave. We are now finishing up our third wave of searing. And all we're doing is put a little color on these folks. We're not going to get much temperature in them. And notice all that wonderful brown goodness in the bottom. Time to go ahead and roast those veggies, get those nice and caramelized, and pull up all that amazing flavor. Fast forward about 20 minutes on medium-low heat. Add a sprig of rosemary, about 4 bay leaves. Throw a little butter in there, and in goes our deglaze. That's about a half a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc. I chose that because it's a little on the sweeter side, and there's going to be plenty of heat in this dish. And let's round it out with, of course, fish sauce. My apologies to you, all my Jamaican friends, of course. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Now add our chicken stock. Go ahead and crank that heat up a little bit, medium-high. Bring it to a boil, if you will. Give it a stir, lid it, into the oven. Now we start our second pot, and this is the beauty. Well, they're both beauties. But check out these oxtails. Man, they look good enough to eat right now, don't they? Good luck with that. Now the difference here between using that chuck meat is that you want to get a good hard sear and as much color as you can, as much brown as you can. Are you with me? There's an example of it right there. Sticking a little bit to the edges. We're trying to pull as much of the flavor, the fat, the collagen, and everything out of these things before we drop them back in their own liquid. All right then, as you can see, we've really developed some nice dark, lush colors on these oxtails. It's leaving behind a lot of fat, as you can see. Wow, right back to that exact same procedure. We're going to throw our veggies in, our mirepoix veggies. We're going to add our fresh spices, garlic and ginger. Ginger this time. We only season this one level with garlic and ginger. We don't want it to dominate, okay? So look at those oxtails. Look at that color. Look good enough to eat, don't they? Good luck with that. Alright then, caramelization has been achieved. In goes some more of that fresh chicken stock. We do not need an acid in this level. We already used an acid. Alright, bring it to a boil and let's get those money shot oxtails back into that liquid. Start boiling it. Keep it on a boil until you're ready to put it in the oven. That'll help to pull some more of that flavor and collagen out. And here's where we go off the rails and make it an Irish Catholic pepper pot stew. Guinness beer. On the simmer, on goes the lid. Into the oven it goes. So to sum up, we've got 2 Dutch ovens in the oven, 235 degrees for 4 hours. Imagine, it's 4 hours later. Now we take one more step to take this thing over the top. We're going to remove those oxtails. As you can see, after 4 hours, low and slow, they're almost starting to fall off the bone. Now this final step will take care of that. And you're asking, why don't you just pour it all together, Chef? Well, here's why. Because we're going to take all of those wonderful veggies, the garlic, all of that wonderful fond, all of that liquid, we're going to puree that. We're going to thicken this, and I'm going to add this all back to the stew. My apologies to my Jamaican friends and my one wonderful Guyanese friend. That's unfortunate. So, as we slowly but surely add in our cornstarch slurry, it's a basic deal. We're ready to go. We combine the two, and this spectacular stew is done and done. Back into the oven for 1 more hour at 250 degrees. How about we make a few Jamaican-style turkey meatballs? Down with you, down with me. Now, in the interest of speeding this thing along, the meatballs were made, formed, and baked. Now we're simply going to top them with some beautiful caramelized onions. But first, yet another level. Shrimp and pork, Caribbean style, stuffed mushrooms. I will post all of these recipes to my YouTube channel at some point. Just too much to do today. There go the onions on top. We will slice the Hawaiian buns, lay them back on top, wrap them, stick them in the fridge, heat them up on the day, which is tomorrow. Now then, how about some flank steak while we're at it? There goes the very last of the homemade jerk paste. There goes yet even more of a Chef Kurt seasoning. Some Dijon mustard to bind, and let's cut through a little bit of it with some citrus, some fresh lime juice. It is done. It is done. Now, fresh herbs. All I got left is fresh basil. And guess what? It works. Crust it, fold it over, stick it in a Ziploc bag, shove it in the fridge. We'll grill it tomorrow. The naked Lady T always points the way, and she's saying, let's light this thing up. Let's tear the roof off the sucker, tear the roof off the sucker. There goes Tubby in all his glory.
Marie Antoinette Judge. That is her name.
It has begun.
Shut up, fatty.
Yeah, alright, so when your video has crappy quality, you have to come up with neat effects like this one here. Here we go, starting at coconut rice, the old action station. Folks, life is all about the 3 F's. Family, friends, and food. Let's get a gander at what we got going on here. Well, alright, maybe not. More cool special effects. You see that? Alright, so as we saute our mirepoix veggies, we're hanging out. We got that heat on medium. More friends, more family. Holy cow, it's an overdose. And we're... who's that? Yet even more cool effects. Okay, yeah, the crappy quality again. Anyways, what we're doing here, sauteing the rice, browning it. We added our liquid, that's chicken stock and coconut milk, simmered it down. The coconut rice is done, and the eating and drinking lamp has been lit. Heavy D made the trip over. Let's get a gander. Oh, Eli on the grill. Majestic, majestic flank steak. How them turkey sliders looking? Pretty damn good. Oh, the other star of the show. Jerk chicken, coconut rice, and black-eyed peas. Anthony Johnson's digging it. AJ in the house. Also, mboza. That's unfortunate. One more gander at this beautiful spread. My goodness, look who showed up. One of my best and my brightest over the years. And then, of course, sitting around the fire pit, baby sister starts showing me memories, and we got a fat guy crying. What can I tell you? I'm an emotional guy. So my peeps, please, please, please subscribe to my channel. Like as many of my videos as you can. It helps the algorithm get out there. But most importantly, 50 cents on every dollar that I earn from YouTube will go directly to these 3 charities, which are very worthy. Thank you and God bless.